Yes, Mr. Yes.
Yes, the court, please, my lord. My lord, at this stage, you will refer the court to an exhibit that was handed to the court earlier, Exhibit GG1, as well as Exhibit G2.
Exhibit GG1.
In this one.
And Exhibit 2.
GG2 in this one, my lord.
GG1 and GG2.
In this one. Bring that one back. GG. Move it. 205 of accused number 3. Ma'am, do you have the document in front of you?
Yes, I do.
And then can you identify the first document or the first page?
This is a Section 205 subpoena.
And then, who was it addressed to?
It was addressed to Pietro Heineke, who's the manager of my department at Vodacom.
Good. And then what was the nature of the request?
The nature of the request actually was in terms of attempted murder and unlicensed firearm for a Phosphorus CAS 103-12-2014, the GP Joburg reference number 50 of 3-2015. Data was requested on cell phone number 072-666-8169 for the period 23 October 2014 to 25 January 2015.
And then who was the investigating officer?
Constable Dlamini.
And then was it signed by the prosecutor?
Yes.
Are you able to place the name of the prosecutor on record?
Madikona Isaac Ramondo.
At the bottom of the page on the right, was it also issued by the magistrate?
Yes.
On which date?
5 March 2015.
And then on the third page, that exhibit, can you identify that page?
This is the 205 requesting the data.
And then page 4?
Page 4 indicates the CAS number together with the investigating officer's details and address, and it was also signed by the magistrate.
Okay. Now let's proceed to exhibit G2. Can you recognize that document?
G2 is my statement.
Then did you sign the statement?
Yes, I have.
Commissioned?
Yes, it has been.
When was it commissioned?
On the 10th of May 2024.
Who was the commissioner of us?
Bradley Albert Smith.
And then the first, can you proceed now to place the contents of the statement into the record?
I, Pinky Rassia Vaithalingam, the undersigned, state under oath. I am an adult female employed at Vodacom in the capacity of supervisor, forensic liaison services. The facts herein contained are to the best of my knowledge and believed true and correct. I am making the statement knowing that if it is tendered in evidence, I will be liable to prosecution if I willfully stated anything I know to be false or which I do not believe to be true. Vodacom is an electronic communications service provider duly licensed by the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa and operate electronic communications network, in brackets Vodacom network, throughout South Africa and some parts of Africa. Section 15, in brackets 1 of the ECT Act makes reference to and governs the admissibility of data messages. Data messages is defined to mean data generated, sent, received, or stored by electronic means and includes a voice where the voice is used in an automated transaction and a stored record. It is clear that Section 50, in brackets 1, governs data messages, which includes call messages, SMSs, and other information such as email, thereafter referred to as call data-related information. Call data-related information is obtained from the Network Event Monitoring System, which we call NEMO, currently housing live data of all activity on a SIM card or handset routed through the Vodacom network. Since this information is only retained for a period of 3 years, data requested for a time period preceding this cannot be retrieved from the system. Once Vodacom receives a request to access and supply an extract of call data, related information from a law enforcement agency, this extract is permanently electronically archived. Call data related information is generated in a PDF format, stored and communicated by the service and cannot be altered, manipulated, or tampered with by anyone while on the servers. The manner in which the integrity of the call data is maintained is considered reliable and contemplated in Section 50 of 3 of the Act. NEMO adheres to the security requirements stipulated in Vodacom's security policy and procedures. A firewall is in place to separate NEMO from the Vodacom network, with only the necessary ports open to communication. Access to NEMO is controlled via a secure APN, limiting access to specific authorized users only. All access to NEMO is logged, and a full audit trail of all operations performed by any authorized user stored. To ensure data integrity and completeness, file and record level checking with full auditing is done. Automated system alerts are also in place to monitor system processes and distribute notifications to authorized personnel where intervention is required. All system processes are further monitored through daily operational checks. I am responsible for, inter alia, the supply of information and call data on the Vodacom network, pursuant to requests received from the South African Police, law enforcement agencies, and other institutions. This certifies that Vodacom has received a subpoena in terms of Section 205(1) of the Criminal Procedure Act, Act 51 of 1977, from SAPS, with GP Joburg 5003-2015, Fosloris Cas 103-12-2014 from Constable Dlamini. It pertains to 072-766-8169.
Okay, I want to show you an extract from Exhibit 01, page 41.
Exhibit
01?
01.
Indeed, so my lord. It's an affidavit by Colonel Stein.
Oh, I see.
Page 41. The number that you just placed on record on your affidavit, does it correspond with the number that I highlighted on page 41?
Yes, it does.
And then the name that is appearing on Exhibit 01, can you please on record?
Mtobisi Gardia Nkube. The following extract was prepared: a list of MOC made from the SIM card, which is outgoing calls, a list of MTC, which is incoming calls, a list of all calls made and received by the SIM card, the location of the persons when making and receiving the calls, a list of incoming and outgoing SMS transactions, voicemail transactions, in the case where the mobile station was not available, GPRS data, subscriber registration details, as well as a MSISDN profile. Call data supplied for within the requested period, exhibiting communication between parties. Enclosed is the MSISDN profile, reflecting the dates used on the Vodacom network. Contents of SMSs and WhatsApp messages do not reflect on the set of data. WhatsApp communication is stored under GPRS data. No distinction is made between calls and messages. Okay, then gives you the cell phone number again, which is 072.
Later I put in a cell phone number again, it was 072
766
8169
8169. It then says data was requested from 23 October to 2014 to 25 January 2015. Relevant printout is here to annexed and constitutes a data message in terms of Section 15 of the Act. The information that appears on said printouts reflects electronic representations described as data in the Act. It also represents data generated, sent, received, or stored by electronic means and or stored record as contemplated in the definition of data message in the Act.
Thank you. I see on the bottom right, there's a case ID. Can you place it on record?
Case ID 577930.
And the annexure that is annexed thereto, does it have a case ID?
Yes, it's the same case ID 577930.
Can we proceed now to the annexure? What is the first page of the annexure?
The first page, which is on page 6, is the handset profile.
Okay.
The-
Yes. Before we deal with the annexure, can you deal with the terminology that is also attached into your statement in paragraph 9?
So the explanation is on page 3.
Let's go, please. Now let's proceed to the annexure on page 6.
So on page 6, we have the handset usage for 072
Inombolo yakho na ku 072
766
766
8169.
8169.
And then this extract, which stream is it from?
Page 6 is from the AMA stream.
And then the second last column, it says handset model. Can you elaborate that?
Second last column,
Yes.
handset mobile. That refers to the make and the model of the handset.
Athela
The third line from the bottom. The date is 19 August 2014. Can you place that information on record?
The third line from the bottom gives us the IMEI number, which is 3589 8605 839543 with IMSI number 6550 1224 9151 373. The start date was 19th August 2014 at 21:40:07. End date was 19th August 2014 at 22:09 22 seconds. There were 9 successful activities. It is a prepaid number and it's a Nokia 105 handset. The next column is the same MSISDN with a different IMEI, which is 3567 2305 064428. The IMSI number remains the same, 6550 12249 151373. That date is from the 17th of September 2014, 21:05:46 seconds. The end date is 17:09/2014, 21:44:04 seconds. 7 successful activities, a prepaid number as well, and a Nokia 306 Usher was the handset.
The last entry.
The last entry, the MSISDN, remains the same. The IMEI number has changed to 3597 9605 029790. The IMSI number remains the same. This was used from the 19th of September 2014 at 20:32:58, ended on 4th March 2015, 17:46:57 seconds. There were 6,656 successful transactions, 80 failed transactions, still a prepaid number, and the handset used was a Samsung GTE 2220 Texto.
And then on page 7,
On page 7, the MSISDN remains the same. The IMEI number has changed to 3524 2605 76. Okay. I shall repeat the IMEI number: 3524 2605 769197. IMSI remains the same. Start date 14 November 2014, 11:29:47. ends on 12 January 2015 at 12:05, 12 seconds. 141 successes, 2 failed. Prepaid number, handset use was the Nokia X2-01. The following entry, MSISDN remains the same. IMEI number has changed to 3586 3404 852856. IMSI remains the same. Start date is 25 November 2014. Time 16:22:49 seconds. Ends at 30 November 2014 at 09:04:28 seconds. There were 95 successful activities and 0 failed. It remains a prepaid number and has been used with a Nokia 1616. The last entry, the MSISDN remains the same. The IMEI has, however, changed again. The number is 3567 2305 562396. The IMSI remains the same. The start date is 7 December 2014 at 13:49:24 seconds. Ends on 9th December 2014 at 05:19:20 seconds. There were 18 successes, 0 failed, remains a prepaid number, and a Nokia 306 Asha was used.
Kuthiwa lana ke ogcina ke IMSISDN isafana IMEI sihlukile manje sokuthi 3567 2305 562396. Kuthiwa IMSI nayo isafana kwakungumhla ka7 kuDisemba 2014 lapho ke isikhathi kwaku 13:49:24 kuyophela iyogcina ngumhla ka9 kuDisemba 2014 isikhathi kwaku 05:19:20 seconds. Kuthiwa kwaba namakhola amakhulu ayisishiyagalombili neshumi nesishiyagalombili asebenza, ayikho ikhola engakwazanga ukuthi ingene. And lapho okusetshenziswa ke iprepaid usetshenziswa amakhukhwini Nokia 306.
Now, in a simple language, when you say the IMEI number changes and the IMSI number remain unchanged, what do you mean?
It means that the same SIM card was inserted into different or numerous other handsets.
From where we started, are you able to count how many devices were used?
5.
And then are you able to tell the usage of each device from the start date to the end date? How long was each device used?
On the first two on page 6, there was fairly less usage, which was 9 and 7 respectively as successes. Thereafter, the last entry on page 6, the period was much longer and there were over 6,000 successful activities. Moving on to page 7, for the time period, there was between November and January only 141 successes with 2 failures. This middle entry, looking at the period that started November and ended 5 days later, 95 entries, which was also busy. The last entry, December 7th to 9th, in a matter of 2 days, 18 activities, which were successful. So they were fairly busy.
And now on page 6, the last entry, can you estimate in terms of month the usage of that handset?
So that was a period of 7 months.
Now let's move to the GPRS stream on page 7. want us to start with the usage on the 13th of June 2014.
Under the GPRS data, we find that the MSISDN remains the same. The IMEI number reflecting there is 3519 7205
7205
4252
4252
13.
13.
The IMSI remains the same.
I-IMSI yona ayihlukile.
6550
6550
1224
1224
9151
9151
373.
373.
The date is 13th June 2014. Time 19:37 15 seconds. End date is 29 July 2014.
2014.
17:05 23 seconds.
Can you explain this 9 successive? What is it exactly?
GPRS is internet usage. 0 failures. Prepaid number.
I-prepaid number yakhona.
A Nokia 111 was used.
Okay, so Mzansi, if you have made it this far in the video, I have to confess, I love to tell a good story, okay? I like to break it down into a story so that everybody is on the same page in what happened in court today. But let me tell you something. What happened in court today even shocked me. As you can hear, I played it from A to Z, no interruptions, okay? There's more parts to come. But in this part, I was left dumbfounded, speechless, nothing to say. I was asking myself, wait, which case am I watching? Is this the SENZO MEYIWA murder trial? Or is this which cell phones did accused number 3 use? Because as far as I know, cell phones, it is not illegal to use a cell phone. It's not illegal to change your cell phone. It's also not illegal to switch your SIM. So to do the SIM swap. So accused number 3 had 5 different cell phones that he used. This is the information that Spanda wants us to know. Now, my question is, and I saw this in the comment section during the live, and the question was, wait, is it Vodacom or a cell phone that killed SENZO MEYIWA? Because Spanda has to clue us in on where we're going with it. Where is he going on this bus ride with us? Because it is confusing as F, okay? On Thursday, the last time Pinky was in court, I'm feeling unwell, he had just dropped the name, David Matebula. Okay, we're supposed to continue from there. If you notice here, there's a repetition, define this and that. We did all this last week. We understood. We've even done some of it with the house. So why is this being a repetition? I mean, I was underwhelmed, okay? I was underwhelmed after waiting for a Tuesday with so much patience to just have Sibanda lead Pinky down this rabbit hole about Vodacom policies and principles. She was reading her affidavit into the record, how many cell phones he had, what's the IME number. I think, I could be wrong, that in order to determine which cell phone killed SENZO MEYIWA, the IMEI number has to be identical or very specific and has to be on record? Or is it which cell phone was the accused carrying at the time of the murder? Because we're still with the assumption that the state is trying to prove that the 5 accused are guilty of killing SENZO MEYIWA. But I have no clue why they have deviated from that in court and why we're on this cell phone expedition. What happened to David Matebula calling Kelly Kumalo? Why did he call Kelly Kumalo? Like, I feel like Spanda doesn't even know himself what he's doing. You can see with the flipping of pages. You might not see it as clearly as here because I've edited this video down, okay? This video was so long, but I've had to remove the interpreter, of course, because, hello, what the hell is he saying? And then I've also had to remove the dead spaces where Spanda is just flipping through those pages. And one thing I can assure you is that I did not chop out Judge Rutter. This is it. At no point does Judge Rutter open his mouth. Dead silence. He is as shocked as we are. He is there writing everything down. So what are you writing? I must not understand what is going on here. If you understand what is going on here, please make sure to drop that in the comment section down below so that we're all up to speed for tomorrow morning, because What in the SENZO MEYIWA, what in the justice for SENZO MEYIWA is going on here? Because this has nothing to do with justice for SENZO MEYIWA. And I can say that with confidence because the dates don't even align. The case number doesn't even align. When she said the case number, I said, wait a minute. Did you also notice that, well, we can commend him for ensuring that her affidavit was commissioned. He put that on record, and the name of the person. The person has a first name, second name, and a surname. Now, can somebody tell Judge Rata that's what a commission statement has to have? Not this Jonah that he accepted into the record the other day. But I digress. Somebody's got to tell us what's going on. Well, this is the intro. This was basically Pinky's affidavit being read into the record. And then at some point, Stein's statement is given to her to confirm if the numbers match. That was highly unnecessary. We know that is accused number 3's phone number, okay? The 072-766-8169. It's a prepaid number. Okay. What do we care about what type of phone he used? I don't care. But according to this, he's had several types of Nokias and one Samsung. This is very important to the state's discovery. This is beyond shocking, and I'm highly disappointed at the state for this. This is a waste of taxpayer resources. We could have spent the day doing something else. Oh my God. And we can't even blame Pinky for it. We cannot even blame Pinky for it. She has to answer whatever questions are put to her. But she's a smart cookie. She's a very smart cookie because sometimes he would ask a question and she'd be like, you mean? Because I'm not answering a question assuming what you're saying. You're going to have to get clear. And she will only answer up to where he stopped in his questioning. And if he wants extra meat and juice, he's got to ask the follow-up question. So I like that about Pinky. So far, she's not trying to be lying for nobody. She's not trying to be aiding the state and abating, okay? But that's it from me, Mzansi. I do apologize. I don't have much else to break down to you in this portion of the video. I'll be back with another assessment. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe, as well as share this video. Yeah, because, you know, I did learn from this. I learned that everything you do on your cell phone is tracked. Everything. That's it from me today. I'll catch you on my next upload.